She stood at the corner of the busy marketplace, clutching her old cloth bag as the evening wind tugged at her shawl. People hurried past, barely noticing the frail old woman struggling to keep her balance. A group of young men nearby laughed, pointing at her trembling hands. One of them whispered, "Look at her. Can't even walk properly." But none of them knew what she had lived through, or what she was about to reveal. Her name was Amma Zuleika, a 74-year-old grandmother who lived alone in a tiny apartment at the edge of the city. Every morning, she walked to the same marketplace to sell small handmade prayer beads. It wasn't much, but it kept her independent, and more importantly, it kept her connected to the world. She never complained, never asked for help, never spoke about her past. To the world, she looked like just another old woman fading into the background. But inside her heart lived a lifetime of storms she had survived quietly. That day, she was later than usual. Her legs were weaker, her breathing slower. She stopped near a shop, placing her bag down to rest. The shop owner, a middle-aged man named Rashid, noticed her. He said softly, "Amma, you're late today. Everything okay?" She smiled gently. "Yes, Beta. Just the bones getting older before I am." Rashid always respected her. He often offered her a chair, sometimes a cup of tea. To him, she was like his own mother. But not everyone had the same heart. Just across from her stood a group of young men who gathered there almost every evening. They were loud, careless, and full of youthful arrogance. The kind that makes some people blind to the dignity of others. And unfortunately, today, their eyes fell on her. As she tried to sit on a nearby bench, her left knee buckled slightly. The boys burst into laughter. One said, "Amma, need a wheelchair?" Another added, "Or maybe someone to carry you. You'll probably fall again." They laughed harder. People passing by glanced, but no one intervened. Rashid stepped forward angry. "Have some shame. She is your elder." But Amma gently raised her hand, stopping him. "Let them be," she said with a tired smile. "They are young. They don't understand life yet." Her kindness only made the boys laugh more. One of them, the boldest, stepped closer. "If you can't even walk properly, why do you come here every day? Go home and rest before you break something." Something inside the crowd shifted. Discomfort, guilt, silence. But Amma remained calm. She looked at the young man, not with anger, but with a deep, knowing sadness. "My son," she said softly, "do you think weakness is something to laugh at?" The boy shrugged. "Well, you look weak. Everyone can see that." For the first time, something in Amma's eyes changed. Not anger, but strength. Strength built from years of carrying burdens no one saw. She breathed deeply. "My weakness," she whispered, "is not what you think it is." The crowd drew closer. Rashid stood behind her protectively, and the young men stared, confused. Slowly, Amma unwrapped her shawl, revealing a faded scar running across her arm, and another near her shoulder. She touched them gently. "These," she said, "came from the night my home collapsed during the floods. I carried my 2 children on my back through the water. I didn't think of my pain. I only thought of saving them." The marketplace fell silent. The boys' faces changed. First confusion, then something like shame. But Amma continued, her voice steady. "Later, when my husband fell sick, I worked 3 jobs. Sewing at night, cleaning in the mornings, selling beads in the evenings. I walked miles every day. Not because I was strong, but because I had to be." The boys looked down. People around her began to gather, listening. She took a slow breath and added, "When both my children passed away in an accident decades later, I buried them with these hands. These same trembling hands you laugh at." One of the boys whispered, We didn't know." Amma nodded gently. "No one knows what a person has endured. You see only this old body, but inside it are battles you cannot imagine." Her voice grew soft but powerful. "Weakness is not when the body shakes. Weakness is when the heart forgets compassion." A woman in the crowd wiped her tears. Rashid whispered, "Amma, you never told us." She smiled. "Why should I? My past is between me and Allah. I only shared it today, so these boys learn what strength truly means." The boldest boy stepped forward, his voice shaky. I'm sorry, we were wrong. She placed her trembling hand on his arm. Apology cleans the heart, Beta. Don't let pride stop you from being human. Another boy, eyes filled with regret, said, Can we help you sell your prayer beads today? Amma chuckled softly. Help if your heart wishes, not because of guilt. But they insisted. One brought a chair for her. Another brought a bottle of water. A third began arranging her prayer beads neatly on the bench. People around the market watched with warm smiles. Some even began buying beads, touched by her story. Within an hour, every single bead was sold. As she prepared to leave, Rashid said, Amma, from now on, you will sit inside my shop. It's safer and you won't be alone. The boys nodded eagerly. And we will walk you home every evening, one added. She laughed softly. So much kindness. My children's souls must be smiling today. But the moment that touched everyone's heart was when the bold boy, the one who mocked her first, said quietly, Amma, can you pray for me, for us? She placed both hands on his head. May Allah give you strength. Not the kind that lifts weights, but the kind that lifts people. Tears rolled down his face. From that day onward, Amma Zulekha was no longer just an old woman in the marketplace. She became a grandmother to many, a source of wisdom, a reminder of the unseen battles each person carries. The boys who once mocked her became her helpers, her protectors, her family. Every evening they walked her home, listening to her stories of patience, faith, and courage that no one had known before. The marketplace changed too. People became kinder, gentler, more aware of the silent struggles around them. One day, as she sat peacefully outside Rashid's shop, she whispered, A little compassion can turn even the hardest heart into a home. And everyone who knew her believed it, because they had witnessed it themselves. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness can change someone's world.